high, and on Friday, sunny and 75. From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center, I'm Tim Livingston.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 61 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Every day, millions of people move into middle age and beyond, and many experience age-related changes, with memory issues being the most noticeable. It may start with something small, like forgetting an appointment or why you walked into a room, but can lead to a much bigger issue down the road. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health is doctor-formulated and contains the breakthrough memory booster Cognizant, clinically proven to reduce cognitive inhibition. The Riva turmeric can also be found in this powerful formula, along with a number of targeted whole food antioxidants known for brain health. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health also contains methylated B12, which is important since research indicates that 25% of American seniors are deficient in B12, a known factor of cognitive decline, potentially leading to memory loss. Ask for Emerald Laboratories Memory Health at your local health food store today, or learn more about it at shopnaturalproducts.com. That's shopnaturalproducts.com.
The next wave of medicine is here, stem cells. This is the only medical technique that can replace damaged, degenerated, inflamed, and painful tissue with new, healthy tissue. Come to our bi-monthly seminars at Stem Cell of Arizona, the Ethical Stem Cell Company, located just east of Scottsdale Corridor at 15425 North Greedway, Hayden Loop, Suite A200, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-247-8660 for our seminar schedule. We'll see you there.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the Reality Check. My name is Alexis Shannerman.
And I'm Ben Shannerman, here with you live on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. So as you heard, we have our special guest host with us, Alexis. And we're going to go over, of course, hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. And we'll go over Christmas with Alexis. So tell me, what was the most exciting thing about Christmas for you, Alexis?
Definitely the fact that we got to hang out with our grandparents.
Okay. And what was the coolest gift that you received?
Oh, the Nintendo Switch.
And what was the coolest gift you gave somebody?
I would have to say the gift card and the necklace, which I gave to my mother.
Well, that's very nice. So what things did you see during the Christmas weekend?
Well, I saw a lot of food. It was great. We had turkey. It was good.
And what other sights did you see? Did you go anywhere during Christmas?
I don't know why. It just disappeared. Yes, we did go to the
You went to Cherry Lane?
Right, we did go to Cherry Lane and we went to the Mormon temple to go see the lights.
So why don't you explain Cherry Lane to people? I'm sure most people know the Mormon temple, but not as many people probably know Cherry Lane. So why don't you explain it?
Okay, so Cherry Lane is this neighborhood that they go all out on their decorations, and every house on that little block thing has like really cool lights and stuff, and it's really interesting to like just walk around and see.
That's good. So what did you learn any Christmas lessons?
Better to give than to receive.
Ooh. And so what do you think was a cool, exciting moment during Christmas? Like, did your brothers get anything cool?
Well, my brother Jacob had wanted this like red car that we saw, and so when he wasn't looking, we got it for him, and I think he likes it.
Yeah, that's cool. Any other gifts you got that were cool?
That I got?
No, that your brother got.
Okay, that my
brothers.
Well, my brother Nathan got this yellow Transformer car. Yeah.
Good. That's cool. And so, Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Definitely.
Definitely. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
That's cool. So, are you gonna what gift do you think you'll use the most out of all the ones you got?
The Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I've noticed. That's good. Do you have anything else you want to add about Christmas? About anything you want to say on the radio?
I don't think so. I just hope that everyone had a good one.
Very good. Well, thank you, Alexis. Thanks for helping us out here. Maybe we'll have you back later if you want to say something cool. So, on the week's topics, let's see. We have some guy in Florida here. That was awesome. Man arrested for punching an ATM for giving him too much money. That's right. A Florida man was arrested last Friday because he said an ATM gave him too much money. Michael Joseph Alexis, 23, and he's starting young, was punching a Wells Fargo ATM machine. And so Wells Fargo had to come and request that the Cocoa police press charges on him. So basically, he said they had footage, of course, of him standing at the ATM pummeling it, beating down the screen. And he said that he was so angry because the ATM gave him too much money, he didn't know what to do. And he must have, maybe he could make some of that money back in the boxing ring because it cost $5,000 worth of damage. That's a crazy amount. That's a crazy amount. $5,000. Very crazy there. So now everyone knows I'm a Giants fan. And, of course, we lost to the Cardinals this weekend. I would say pathetic in normal seasons, but not so pathetic this year because for the Giants, it's really about getting a great draft pick. And that's what we need, a great draft pick. So we lose, we lose. But today it came out, of course, Landon Collins, who's one of the consistent Giants that's actually playing well this season. He said that he didn't name names, but he said a certain corner needs to grow up. And we all know who it is. And that would be the only person that I would change out of the secondary group. He's the first pick, and he's a cancer. And, of course, everybody knows who that is. That's Eli Apple, which when the Giants drafted him, I wasn't happy about it. I mean, the only thing he had going for him is his first name's Eli and his last name's Apple. And besides that, he's pretty much had nothing else of value. From college, some of the scouts said that he wasn't a first-round pick. And one of the reasons why he wasn't is they said they worried about his off-the-field antics. The kid had no life skills at all. They were saying he couldn't cook. He was like an infant. And they said that scared some of these people that this guy had no life skills. And it just seems that way. He's been pretty rough. But, that is what it is. Unfortunately, for the Giants, the only thing to look forward to is another loss. And hopefully we can get on with our season of losing to get on to the good draft pick. And that would be the best thing for the Giants. You see that CNN has undisclosed ties to Fusion GPS. Now, Fusion GPS, you all know, that's the company that made up the fake dossier about Donald Trump. Now, Evan Perez, who's connected to Fusion GPS, he's also connected to CNN. So you see another tie. It's all one big web, and you have a bunch of frauds with more frauds perpetrating fraud on the American people. In other words, you would have to ask the question of, you have no brain, but you still talk. And they would say, I am a liberal. That, unfortunately, is what we have today. The use of unlawful Social Security numbers by individuals eligible for DACA status was so persuasive that the Obama administration actually instructed applicants not to disclose their illegally obtained numbers. Now, why would that be? Is it for any good reasons? No, it's not. It's another crime against America by Obama. He knew, and that's the biggest thing. Not only is it the people that we don't vet that come in and commit crimes, and it doesn't matter if it's 1 of every 100. It's 1 of every 100 we shouldn't have to deal with. It's bad enough to people that live in this country that we have to deal with their crimes. But now we have others. We're dealing with crimes, and we have our government at one point in time helping not only suppress, but helping basically giving them an edge on criminal activities. We have that dope Bill Kristol remember when he said tax reform won't even get a vote in Congress this year? I'd be surprised if it made it through the committee or either house. Well, sorry, Bill Kristol. We know you're a dope. And again, you're wrong. Totally. A 26-year-old truck driver in Modesto was accused last Friday of planning an Islamic State-inspired attack over the holidays on San Francisco's Pier 39, only to find out that this would be his would-be partners were undercover FBI agents. So thank goodness for the FBI stepping in and saving San Francisco from another attack. Usually for San Francisco, it's attacks from within, sponsored by their own government, attacking the people that live there with their poor rules of law and justice, where they allow degenerates to pee in the streets and do whatever. And this time, thank God, it would have been a more serious thing. That was stopped thanks to the good FBI. And, you know, there are still some awesome people in the FBI, we know. And we hope that they continue to do their great work and keep us safe. Remember, we're going to be producing our own show, and we'll be every Tuesday on Facebook Live. And we'll also be on YouTube. 9 p.m. is Tuesday. Facebook, it's facebook.com/Ben.Shannerman, and that's Ben.Shannerman, where you can watch anytime on YouTube on Simply the Ben, The Reality Check. That's the name of the channel. Once again, thank you for listening to The Reality Check. My name is Ben Shannerman, and you can email me at therealitycheck@usa.com. And you're listening on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
High, and on Friday, sunny and 75. From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center, I'm Tim Livingston.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 61 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Every day, millions of people move into middle age and beyond, and many experience age-related changes, with memory issues being the most noticeable. It may start with something small, like forgetting an appointment or why you walked into a room, but can lead to a much bigger issue down the road. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health is doctor-formulated and contains the breakthrough memory booster Cognizant, clinically proven to reduce cognitive inhibition. Lariva turmeric can also be found in this powerful formula, along with a number of targeted whole food antioxidants known for brain health. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health also contains methylated B12, which is important since research indicates that 25% of American seniors are deficient in B12, a known factor of cognitive decline, potentially leading to memory loss. Ask for Emerald Laboratories Memory Health at your local health food store today, or learn more about it at shopnaturalproducts.com. That's shopnaturalproducts.com.
The next wave of medicine is here. Stem cells. This is the only medical technique that can replace damaged, degenerated, inflamed, and painful tissue with new, healthy tissue. Come to our bi-monthly seminars at Stem Cell of Arizona, the Ethical Stem Cell Company, located just east of Scottsdale Corridor at 15425 North Greenway, Hayden Loop, Suite A200, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-247-8660 for our seminar schedule. We'll see you there.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the Reality Check. My name is Alexis Shannerman.
And I'm Ben Shannerman, here with you live on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. So as you heard, we have our special guest host with us, Alexis. And we're going to go over, of course, hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. And we'll go over Christmas with Alexis. So tell me, what was the most exciting thing about Christmas for you, Alexis?
Definitely the fact that we got to hang out with our grandparents.
Okay. And what was the coolest gift that you received?
Oh, the Nintendo Switch.
And what was the coolest gift you gave somebody?
I would have to say the gift card and the necklace, which I gave to my mother.
Well, that's very nice. So what things did you see during the Christmas weekend?
Well, I saw a lot of food. It was great. We had turkey. It was good.
Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
The next wave of medicine is here. Stem cells. This is the only medical technique that can replace damaged, degenerated, inflamed, and painful tissue with new, healthy tissue. Come to our bi-monthly seminars at Stem Cell of Arizona, the Ethical Stem Cell Company, located just east of Scottsdale Corridor at 15425 North Greenway, Hayden Loop, Suite A200, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-247-8660 for our seminar schedule. We'll see you there.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to outer space. Please stand by.
Welcome back to the Reality Check. Your host, Ben Shannerman, here with you for another segment. If you missed our first segment, we talked about everything from the New York Giants to CNN, and just a bunch of stuff from California. And speaking of California, which was our last story, I guess, of the first segment, about how the FBI helped to avoid a holiday massacre on San Francisco's Pier 39. Jerry Brown, of course, that was very disappointing, I'm sure, to Jerry Brown, because he would love to have some attacks on California, because that's what his politics entail. So Jerry Brown says illegals have more rights than you. If you commit a felony, you would go to jail. But if you're an illegal under Jerry Brown and you've served your quote-unquote time, even though some of the people don't get served time, he will actually pardon you. And then you will be set free, even though you've committed multiple crimes and felonies. What a great state to live in. Good old California with Jerry Brown. Like his dad didn't do enough damage to the country, and now the son carries on the legacy. I mean, the most damaging family, I think, with the exception of probably the Kennedys, because, Ted Kennedy did physically murder somebody. So, but what do we know? There were some sources that have confirmed that John Kerry actually planned to be the Democrat alternative at or prior to the convention if they could figure out a way to either make Hillary too sick to run, or if she got actually prosecuted for the crimes that she had done. So even at that point, they wouldn't let that schmuck Bernie Sanders take a win. The schmuck Bernie Sanders. I think he got the $2 million payoff just to even put up with this stuff. He had to be in on this fix. To get ripped off that soundly and blatantly and not even say anything bad about it. He had to be in on it. I'm sorry to say. FBI Special Agent Aaron Rose, the chief of the FBI's Las Vegas office, revealed Wednesday that the agency might not be able to reveal the Las Vegas shooter Stevens Paddock motive until October. That would be next October. At that time, it would be the 1-year anniversary. So it's going to take them 1 year. In 30 seconds, we know it's not a terrorist attack, but now it's going to take 1 year to tell us the motive. Why have we not been told what's on his computer? How about I know they said the hard drive is missing, but there's still probably some info on that computer. And how did Paddock, who they said Paddock didn't know much about computers. He wasn't savvy tech and stuff. So how did he know not to leave a trace? They have 400 specialists, 2,000 leads, 400 people interviewed, 40 terabytes of data collected, 22,000 hours of video collected, 250,000 images collected, 14 days at the site, 13 days at the Mandalay Bay, and 12 federal search warrants. And we still don't have a motive. Those numbers don't add up to zero, I'm sorry to say. But that's what they want you to believe. In a recap, you can say, of the pre-Christmas week for the Dems, you had Rosie, who asked a high school junior to suck her, and it wasn't what she would have, or maybe what she does have. Then you had Nancy Pelosi say that tax cuts will kill Tiny Tim, the born in fiction character in England in the 1840s. And you had revealed that the Obama White House colluded to let Hezbollah off the hook to pass the Iran deal. And then our favorite, Sheila Jackson Lee, may or may not have bumped a lady out of first class for the umpteenth time. Sheila Jackson Lee. Now, she says she didn't ask for any special treatment and she didn't do anything wrong. And by no way did she, but basically United booted a paying customer from first class to make room for Sheila Jackson Lee. Now, Sheila Jackson Lee, of course, one of the most ignorant people in American history, somehow gets elected in Texas. She should be on the no-fly list, to be honest. Unless she's flying out of country, then let her go. But she's been terrorizing the skies since 95. She has a reputation of run-ins with stewardesses, with clerks, with pilots, unwilling to let her do what she wants. She takes advantage of the federal travel perks whenever she can. She books multiple flights, cancels them at the last minute. She demands upgrades on her seats. She expects, and in her own words, to be treated like a queen. But yet we're supposed to believe that somehow she never asked for any special treatment, but some lady just got bumped out of first class. And United made some excuse how this lady canceled her flight and this and that. I mean, here was somebody going home to see their family for the holidays. They're not canceling their flight. And then they offered to give the lady who got bumped all this free stuff. Well, why would they give her anything? If you can prove that she canceled her flight, I wouldn't give her anything. I'd be like, sorry, you canceled your flight. It's not our fault. But obviously they know something wasn't right, and I'm sure they had something to do with it. But that's a recap of the pre-Christmas week of the Dems. Now, when asked what he learned from the dossier that had been funded by the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC, our esteemed leader, McCabe, claimed he could not recall, despite the existence of documents with Mr. McCabe's signature, his own signature, establishing his knowledge of the dossier. McCabe said that under any circumstances, he will not leave his job until he gets his full pension in March. There it is again. Who cares about the American people, right? All he cares about is getting his pension. The guy committed a crime, a felony against, this guy is supposed to be one of the most trusted people, McCabe. And not only should he be fired, but he should get no pension at all. And if he has a problem with that, they should just throw him in jail. I'm sorry to say, but he lied under oath, and he basically was involved in a plot to try to get somebody not elected when he's supposed to be working in the government and securing everything. They talk about how they collusion of Russia and they want the election secure. Well, here it is. The enemy within strikes again. Everyone remembers Hillary Clinton and the State Department misplaced some $6 billion. And, of course, it wasn't that they actually physically misplaced $6 billion. It was Hillary Clinton showing you she can't run a lemonade stand. It was improper filing of contracts during most of her tenure. And that was what the Inspector General said. The $6 billion in unaccounted funds pose a significant financial risk and demonstrates a lack of internal control over her own department. What else is new with Hillary Clinton? She has no control over anything. Look at her marriage. She had no control over her husband. You know, look at just when it's Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton, again, strikes. The Democrats are so mad about the working class getting tax reform and breaks that Hillary Clinton was tweeting out, take out your frustrations by donating to the DNC. You know, Democrats haven't been this angry since the Republicans freed the slaves. Hey, guess what? If you like your money, you can keep your money. And that makes the DNC and Hillary Clinton mad. Have I mentioned yet that Jeff Sessions should step down this week? Because if I haven't, I wouldn't be doing my job. He's recused himself for everything. This is like a red light goal judge in the NHL recusing himself from goals. What's the point of you working? What's the point of you having a job? Seriously. It's absurd. Jeff Sessions, sorry. You're just not qualified for the job. I'm sorry to tell you that. But, what else is new with Jeff Sessions? He hasn't done anything for the people but stand there and, he's busted some small-time gangbangers. That's, the basics of anything. I mean, anybody, would do something to pretend it. But when it comes to the big crimes, the big collusion and corruption and the crime within, all it is we can't prosecute. We don't have enough evidence. I'm going to recuse myself. I'm not doing anything. And he sits there while the American people get attacked. Sad but true. My name's Ben Shannerman, host of the Reality Check. When we return for the next segment, of course, you know that this weekend is the UFC 219, and we will do our UFC 219 preview. Thank you for listening on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
High, and on Friday, sunny and 75. From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center, I'm Tim Livingston.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 61 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Every day, millions of people move into middle age and beyond, and many experience age-related changes, with memory issues being the most noticeable. It may start with something small, like forgetting an appointment or why you walked into a room, but can lead to a much bigger issue down the road. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health is doctor-formulated and contains the breakthrough memory booster Cognizant, clinically proven to reduce cognitive inhibition. The Riva turmeric can also be found in this powerful formula, along with a number of targeted whole food antioxidants known for brain health. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health also contains methylated B12, which is important since research indicates that 25% of American seniors are deficient in B12, a known factor of cognitive decline, potentially leading to memory loss. Ask for Emerald Laboratories Memory Health at your local health food store today, or learn more about it at shopnaturalproducts.com. That's shopnaturalproducts.com.
The next wave of medicine is here. Stem cells. This is the only medical technique that can replace damaged, degenerated, inflamed, and painful tissue with new, healthy tissue. Come to our bi-monthly seminars at Stem Cell of Arizona, the Ethical Stem Cell Company, located just east of Scottsdale Corridor at 15425 North Greedway, Hayden Loop, Suite A200, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-247-8660 for our seminar schedule. We'll see you there.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the Reality Check. My name is Alexis Shannerman.
And I'm Ben Shannerman, here with you live on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. So as you heard, we have our special guest host with us, Alexis. And we're going to go over, of course, hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. And we'll go over Christmas with Alexis. So tell me, what was the most exciting thing about Christmas for you, Alexis?
Definitely the fact that we got to hang out with our grandparents.
Okay. And what was the coolest gift that you received?
Oh, the Nintendo Switch.
And what was the coolest gift you gave somebody?
I would have to say the gift card and the necklace, which I gave to my mother.
Well, that's very nice. So what things did you see during the Christmas weekend?
Well, I saw a lot of food. It was great. We had turkey.
QFX.org.
Daddy, what is God's real name?
God is a title. His proper name is Yahweh.
You'll find it restored in the proper name version of the King James Bible. Through his name, your prayers are answered With updated English, it is much easier to understand. End the confusion about which God is God.
Where can you get us one, Daddy?
Get this special offer now at propernamebible.com. propernamebible.com. The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m.
Why do I bother? Because what I want you to understand is you can do something about your situation, where you are, what you can do, how you can isolate and insulate yourself from all of this political and financial garbage that goes on out there.
The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. Everything you need to know about finance and real estate. For more information, mypassiveincomesystem.com. mypassiveincomesystem.com.
News you won't get anywhere else. Independent Talk 1100 KFNX. Fair and balanced. Independent Talk 1100 KFNX.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to outer space. Please stand by.
Welcome back to the Reality Tech. Your host, Ben Shanneman, here with you with another powerful segment. If you missed the last one, you're late, but you missed our chats about the recap of the Dems' beautiful pre-Christmas week. And, of course, more stupidity from Hillary Clinton. No matter what happens, you need to donate to the DNC. Notice it's the DNC now, not the Clinton Foundation, because that's pretty much, something that should be researched and they should go to jail for. Now, of course, this Saturday we have UFC 219. But just in between, before I start that off, I was reading in the break, Bill de Blasio likens himself to Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Mahatma Gandhi. Now, that is funny. The closest thing he could be is to Gandhi, because Gandhi did kill a lot of people. And that's about what de Blasio has done for New York. Made it unsafe and killed a lot of people. This guy's an embarrassment, and I hope he runs for president, because even I would squish him in an election. And I hope he runs against Trump, because that would be funny. I'd love to see that. De Blasio is a joke. And anyway, UFC 219. Last card of the year, a little party before the New Year's Eve party. Unfortunately, it looks like there's only 4 fights on the main card, right? I'm sure they're going to bump one up, but they haven't, as this time, said what it was, because the Jimmy Rivera-John Lineker fight was canceled because Lineker had a tooth infection and they couldn't find a quality opponent for Jimmy Rivera, but, so be it. So it goes on. The first fight of the card, or hopefully it'll be, or the second fight if they add a new one on, Carlos Condit, the natural-born killer who's 30-10 versus Neil Magny. Now, almost 2 years ago was when Carlos lost the decision to Robbie Lawler, a chance for the title, a fight that many people thought he won, and that was August of 2016 that he fought after that, and he lost a horrible fight to Damian Maia. It didn't even look like Carlos was in it. His mind was elsewhere. And from the Lawler fight, that was the second time he came so close to the title. He had fought George St. Pierre to unify because he had the temporary title, the interim title, the fake title, if you want to call it. And he fought St. Pierre, and he almost had him. It was a pretty close fight. St. Pierre obviously took him down all the time, and he was close. He had a kick, and he stumbled St. Pierre, and he had a little gap, and he just couldn't get it. So that was the second time that he had come close to the title and still no goal. And I think the Maia fight, it looked like he wasn't even there. He just didn't look himself. Now he's back. He's asked for another fight. And if it's the Carlos of old, it will be exciting. Magny is a decent opponent. He's lost 2 of his last 3. He was submitted in September in his last fight, Magny, by Rafael Dos Anjos. And, Dos Anjos is on a tear. He just beat down Robbie Lawler. I mean, it looks like he'll get a shot at the belt or close to it. And, Magny has heart, and he works hard. But Carlos is dangerous from every area. I mean, that's why he's called a natural-born killer. He's dangerous on his feet. He's dangerous with his feet. He's dangerous with his hands. He's dangerous when he's on the bottom. I mean, I've seen him on the bottom and literally beating people up from the bottom. The only weakness that Carlos has is the takedown defense. And you saw it when he fought St. Pierre. You saw it when he fought, Lawler. He just gets taken down all the time. And doesn't look good for the judges. And, obviously people do ground and pound on you when they're on top. And that's the biggest thing that hopefully he's worked on. If he solidifies that, I mean, he's pretty much unstoppable. That being said, I see a second round TKO, and Carlos will knock out Magny, and hopefully he moves on and continues on with his career. It would be nice to see him in some big time fights, because I know he's Alexis's favorite fighter, and I like him. He's a really good fighter, very entertaining. You never feel ripped off. Next fight up is Cynthia Calvillo. She's 6-0 against Carlos Esperanza, who's 13-4. Now, Cynthia, she's 3-0 in the UFC. And Carla, 3 years ago, she actually beat now champion Rose Namajunas at the Ultimate Fighter finale. That was her most noticeable win. Calvillo, she's a grappler, and Esperanza's a wrestler, ground and pound boxing. Yeah, Esperanza has a good chance, but the styles are somewhat similar. And Esperanza's kind of where she at, a win one, lose one, a good opponent, but I see bigger things for Calvillo, and I see her winning by a unanimous decision. I think it's going to be a close fight, but I see her winning. And obviously, like I said, the next fight, the Jimmy Rivera, John Lineker fight, that one was canceled. And next up, you got Habib Nurmagomedov. Can't say the name for my life of me, but Habib, we say. He's 24 now against Edson Barbosa, who's 19-4. This will be an exciting fight. Both of these guys I like. Habib only beats himself when he doesn't show up or when he doesn't make weight. Otherwise, he's amazing. The great ground game. He's smooth as silk on the ground. I mean, just amazing how not only you'll see guys take people down, but Habib is one of those guys, like, he's on your back before he even gets you down. That's how slick he is. And Edson, he's explosive, aggressive. He's skilled everywhere. Edson's won 3 in a row. But like I said, Habib is magic on the mat. He's 8-0 in the UFC. He wins by TKO. He wins by submission. He wins by decision. He wins by KO. And it's kind of like if Edson, who is prone to making a mistake per fight, that's kind of his one flaw. And when he makes that mistake, Habib is going to take advantage of it. And that's been Barbosa's thing. He can beat any of the medium guys, any of the lower guys. He will destroy them. He's too much. But he always just makes that one little opening and one mistake. And that's when the better fighters, the top of the line guys, take advantage of that and get him. And that's why I see a second round chokeout for Habib. And then hopefully he'll get a chance to fight for that title against Ferguson, because that would be the ultimate goal there, what we want to see. And then, of course, the main event. We have the champ, Chris Cyborg. She will fight. She's 18-1. She'll fight Holly Holm. Holly Holm, 11-3. Of course, multiple title boxing champ. Holly Holm is top of the line striker. Cyborg, power striking, power everything. Holly Holm's the technical boxing. You hear the Holmes can do it again, like she did to Ronda Rousey stuff. You see that's the hype on the commercials. You hear people, can she do it again? I like Holmes. I watched her develop from before she even fought in the UFC. And I thought one day she would take out Rousey. I just didn't think it would be when she did. And I think that was more of Rousey just not being prepared anymore. She was too busy with movies and whatnot. But Holmes, she did what she needed to do. But don't believe the hype. This is going to be no sequel. Like I said, I like Holmes, but recently she hasn't looked like she's progressing much. She's lost 3 of her last 4. She's at, to me, a stalemate in her career. Like, she just hasn't gotten better with things. She's a good technical boxer, but sometimes now it looks like she's hesitating on that. And then everything else is even to she's on the wrong side of it. Because obviously her skill set for those things have to catch up. I mean, she's been boxing for years, multiple time champ. Yeah, and the one thing you got to know is Cyborg's 18-1. She, the last time that Cyborg didn't knock out an opponent she was in the octagon with was 2008. Think about it. We're coming on 9 years where she hasn't been in the ring, where she's been in the ring with somebody and hasn't been able to knock them out. So of course, saying you see a second round knockout by Cyborg is no huge prediction at all by me, but that's what I see happening. And why do I see that happening? Because Cyborg will be on the hunt, and her power, even if she misses and makes a mistake, her power is just so much. She just has to catch you once, one good time, and it might not be lights out, but it's going to be an altering, changing thing. And then can you survive? Because like a true champ that Cyborg is, and another champ, when they smell the blood like an animal, they don't stop. They go right at it. And that's kind of the way she is. She doesn't stop. The minute she knows she has you a little bit weakened, she just pours it on even more. And that's why, like I said, she's knocked out everybody since 2008. And there you have the UFC 219 preview. That's that one. So hopefully it'll be a good card, last one of the year, and hopefully we can get some new exciting matchups out of that one. That would be great. When we return, we'll have one more segment. My name is Ben Shanneman, host of the Reality Check. So remember, you can email me at therealitycheck@usa.com. And on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m., facebook.com/ben.shannerman. When we return, we'll have one more segment. We will talk about some
high, and on Friday, sunny and 75. From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center, I'm Tim Livingston.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 61 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Every day, millions of people move into middle age and beyond, and many experience age-related changes, with memory issues being the most noticeable. It may start with something small, like forgetting an appointment or why you walked into a room, but can lead to a much bigger issue down the road. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health is doctor-formulated and contains the breakthrough memory booster Cognizant, clinically proven to reduce cognitive inhibition. Lariva turmeric can also be found in this powerful formula, along with a number of targeted whole food antioxidants known for brain health. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health also contains methylated B12, which is important since research indicates that 25% of American seniors are deficient in B12, a known factor of cognitive decline, potentially leading to memory loss. Ask for Emerald Laboratories Memory Health at your local health food store today, or learn more about it at shopnaturalproducts.com. That's shopnaturalproducts.com.
The next wave of medicine is here. Stem cells. This is the only medical technique that can replace damaged, degenerated, inflamed, and painful tissue with new, healthy tissue. Come to our bi-monthly seminars at Stem Cell of Arizona, the Ethical Stem Cell Company, located just east of Scottsdale Corridor at 15425 North Greenway, Hayden Loop, Suite A200, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-247-8660 for our seminar schedule. We'll see you there.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the Reality Check. My name is Alexis Shannerman.
And I'm Ben Shannerman, here with you live on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. So as you heard, we have our special guest host with us, Alexis. And we're going to go over, of course, hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. And we'll go over Christmas with Alexis. So tell me, what was the most exciting thing about Christmas for you, Alexis?
Definitely the fact that we got to hang out with our grandparents.
Okay. And what was the coolest gift that you received?
Oh, the Nintendo Switch.
And what was the coolest gift you gave somebody?
I would have to say the gift card and the necklace, which I gave to my mother.
Well, that's very nice. So what things did you see during the Christmas weekend?
Well, I saw a lot of food, It was great. We had turkey.
On Independent Talk 1100 KFNX.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to outer space. Please stand by.
Welcome to the Reality Check. My name is Alexis Shannerman.
And I'm Ben Shannerman, here with you to host this final segment on Independent Talk 1100 KFNX. We want to thank our special guest host, Alexis Shannerman, today for her contribution and using her awesome voice to help us out, because I'm sure you're sick and tired of hearing mine. So last segment, of course, we had our UFC 219 preview, where I make predictions, and of course, they all turn out wrong on purpose to make me upset. But that's why I don't predict by the heart. I try to predict by what I see happening, and so either way, I can be a winner. Like the old thing is, don't bet on your own teams, because it's not a wise thing. You'll be very unhappy twice. So now, you know that the number of babies born alive during the abortion process, it's not collected centrally, according to the Department of Health. Despite admitting it takes place, no data on it, because we know the number will be disgusting. But remember, people like Barack Obama voted for babies that were born alive from botched abortions to sit on a table and be rendered no medical aid. Is that a human being thing to do? When all you hear is these people talking about what great human beings they are, and they want to save this person. They want to save people that break laws, but they don't want to save the innocent's life. You know, the one function of the government is to protect us, and to protect on top of the regular citizens, because if there's no protection, then there's no need to work or no need to have assets. Then life becomes just a life of crime. But the one other thing they need to protect are the helpless. And that's the one thing that they're not protecting, is the helpless, unfortunately. Now, I am going to read a story here, and I'm going to try to fix it while I'm reading it, because if I read the words that were actually on the story, I'll have to curse on the air, and we wouldn't want me to do that. So that makes extra work. So, posters of Kate Steinle are now being investigated as potential hate speech on a University of California campus. Student Gregory Liu put up about 150 posters with an image of the young woman who was fatally shot, that would be Kate Steinle, when a gun in the possession of here's where I'll change the story. Illegal immigrant Jose Inez Garcia Zarate discharged, let me change that word, fired on a San Francisco pier. The inscription on the poster read, Shia dreams too. The inclusion of dreams in the phrase may refer to illegal aliens brought into the country by their parents who have been dubbed dreamers. That's right. She had dreams too. I definitely agree with that. As many Americans have dreams too, but our dreams seem to not be counted. So now back to the story. California touts tuition help for the so-called dreamers and protects them as well as other illegal immigrants within its sanctuary is not the right word. I know that's what it says in the story, but how about criminal policies? The UC system has also instituted a new enrollment policy limiting the number of American citizens it can admit while putting no restrictions on students in the country illegally. Let me read that again for those of you. The UC system has also instituted a new enrollment policy limiting the number of American citizens who pay for the college. You're limited to cut in, but if you're an illegal, feel free to have as many of you in the country. Talk about reverse discrimination. Wow. The college Democrats at UCSD reported the posters being racist and hateful. The group's spokesperson, some moron that I won't give mention to, they have a right to free speech. But we know what that means. What they want is to say what they want without being called out. No, they actually want to have a free voice and say, like you do when you put up posters, you want to say what you want. Nobody said there was no debate involved. So you can have free speech, but you can't because you supposedly don't want to be called out, so we're going to have to take down all your posters. That's kind of what they want us to buy here. Not buying it. Lou says that people followed him as he put up the posters, and then the next day they'd all been ripped down. So I guess there's no free speech. No free speech. Have some respect. In some instances, I could understand things you don't like. Even still, I wouldn't rip them down. But in this case, it's a picture of Kate Stanley, who was murdered. She was murdered in the arms of her dad by an illegal immigrant. And who cares if you don't care that he was an illegal immigrant? She was still murdered by him. Whether he was Johnny, the white boy from down the block, she was still murdered by him. Sorry to tell you, it's murder. If anybody else did it, it's murder. But beyond that, okay. Let's see else. So we have a bunch of left-wing posters go up all the time. So the argument they might want to make is, this is a political poster. We don't want you to put it up. It's a nonsensical argument because the leftists put up their posters all the time. Lou had told the 10 News that he wanted to voice his opinion about the verdict that found Garcia Zarate not guilty of Stanley's murder. We wanted our voices to be heard as well. And now he's been summoned to the university's Office for Prevention of Harassment and Discrimination to answer for his posters. Because his posters are very discriminating. How dare him put up some dead girl's picture? That's offensive. But if he put up a free abortion poster and pictures of dead babies, I'm sure they would be applauding him. Our office received an online incident report, and I would like to schedule a time to speak with you about it. Are you free this week by phone or in person? So anyway, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens to this. But Lou has retained an attorney, and that is definitely a good idea because I'm sure they'll try to intimidate him as a student and threaten him like they do on a lot of these colleges. They're just liberal loony bins. This was the plan a long time ago. Take over the colleges, take over the school systems, and there you have control of America because most of these people become so brainwashed, and that's what you get. I guess this is I'm not guessing. This is the last show of the year, but I guess we should go over some of the things since people want to deny history and deny things that Trump, whether you hate what he says or not, he has accomplished some things. For instance, Trump reversed the Obama executive order requiring public schools to allow students to use bathrooms and locker rooms according to their preferred gender identity. And let me tell you, with a daughter who is in 8th grade, I wouldn't want guys walking around her locker room saying they feel like women. Sorry to tell you, but no. If that was the case when I went to high school, what guy wouldn't say he was a woman? I mean, really, you'd end up with all the guys in the girls' locker room, and all the girls would be in the guys' locker room because they know how dirty the guys are. So, President Trump also signed a law repealing the Obama-era Social Security Administration rule that added what they deemed as mentally disabled people to the background check registry. So potentially the regulation would allow, for instance, like when they say all returning military veterans, they are pretty much mentally deranged, as some Democrats have said, they would be not allowed to have a gun. So they've actually reversed that. Of course, Trump signed an executive order removing the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which we know that was just another attack on American workers. He also signed an executive order banning people from 7 countries regarded by the Obama administrations as havens for terrorism. They were havens for terrorism, but yet somehow Obama wanted them to continue to send people here. Very interesting. He's had many other regulations before him. He signed an executive order directing a review of reporting of the major U.S. trade deficit. Of course, the economy, the U.S. home builders' confidence has risen to its strongest level in nearly 12 years. The job market's better than ever. Trump actually, hit Syria and kept them in line, amongst many other things that people want to deny he did. And of course, we all know about the tax reform and other things that he's been trying to, stop here in the wake of things. And unfortunately, his biggest enemy Of course, it's the Democrats we know about, but his biggest enemy, is the Republicans. Thank you for joining the Reality Check. Your host, Ben Shannerman, here with you. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. Have a great New Year's.
Has the parade of human suffering ever made you question God or even wonder if He exists? Did